Kentucky girl, in the holler she stays, loves her Lord and her simple ways. With dogs by her side and family tight, every dawn she greets morning light. Diamond painting in a cool night breeze, horses running free where shadows freeze. Fairies whisper where the greenery grows, grace in her heart as the river flows. She loves Jesus and gives him praise, grateful for life's graceful thing. Color green, her favorite scene, in a world where faith is king.
Hello, all my beautiful superstars out there. Hope everyone's doing well. It's Sunday. Today is December the 8th. Hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend or are enjoying your weekend. Today, I'm just going to do a little whip and chat for connections of lives and interests. We're going to do the hashtag diamond paint with us. So we'll do that here shortly. But first, I'm Sherry. This is KY Philly, Diamond Paint and More. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. Glad to have you guys here. And don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Please try to leave me a comment. I realize some people do watch this on their TVs and some watch them on things that you have difficulty leaving comments on, and that's great and fine. But please always remember, hit that like button. It helps my channel so much. And if you can, watch all the way to the end. That helps the algorithm. Or so I've been told. So help me out. Give me a little help. Let's move on and see what national day it is today, okay? It's National Crossword Solvers Day. Now, my grandmother loved crossword puzzles and worked them up until the day that she was no longer able to, she was too weak, basically. She was just too weak. She passed away at the age of 91, and she had dementia. But although she had dementia, she continued to work the daily crossword puzzle in the newspapers. So she did that. She also had crossword puzzle books. She had the crossword puzzle dictionary, which I never even saw her use. So she loved to read. In her living room, there was wall-to-wall bookshelves, and from floor to ceiling, all the way across the back wall of her living room. And she had a varied interest in reading. Varied. She loved history. She liked novels. She likes fiction, nonfiction, biographies, autobiographies, just everything. And my stepfather, he had a love for reading too. And so I totally enjoyed having books around me my entire life. I've read all my life, so I do call myself a nerd. But anyway, just saying. Crossword puzzles got us off on that subject. It's National Brownie Day. It's pretend to be a time traveler day. Okay, guys, get those creative minds going. Where would you travel to in time? Would you go back in history? Would you go to the future? Where would you go? And what would you be doing? Oh, wow. What a question. Okay. Let's go ahead and move along to our unique laws in our states. And we are still in the state of New York. So, in New York City, it's illegal to shake a dust mop out a window. And it is against the law to throw a ball at someone's head for fun. Okay. That's understandable, right? All right. So let's see what I'm working on. and we'll just chat. So let's tilt the camera down. Sorry about my hand there. And this, oh goodness, is it gonna, hopefully the camera will stay there. And this is what I am working on. This is a table topper, and it is a little reindeer in a sleigh. And I said Santa is pulling this sleigh instead of the reindeer. So that's what we're going to work on today. Now I'm going to have to find my scissors and cut one of these open. And I usually only work on these one drill at a time. So one number at a time, one letter at a time, because they are small and super easy. So that's what we're going to do here. And what should we talk about today? Well, the weather here has been cold. It's warmed up a little bit. I think maybe because the wind's not blowing so much. It's been in the 30s here. I think it's in the 40s today. But it's sunshiny, so out in the sun, it's okay. It's not bad. I'm just going to pull this back and leave it off for right now. And we'll work on these fours, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing and I don't block what I'm doing. I know the other day someone asked me to show how to put the glue dots in my pen, but I had just done it. And so the glue dots usually last about a week in my pens, unless the drills are really dirty, or if I don't keep them covered and it gets a little dry. So it's not time, and I changed it in all the pens that I use, and I don't have any other ones down here other than these, and I don't think you want to see that, because I do use the glue dots also in my multi-placers. I have two types of glue dots. Actually, I think I have three, but I only have two here in the house. But I order those from Amazon, and I like it because it gives me the pop. I love to hear that pop when I'm placing my drills. It's just a very satisfying sound. I know a lot of people do short videos with the ASMRs of, the pouring the drills into the tray and then popping the drills onto the canvas, pulling the cover sheet back, and a lot of people like to hear that. The popping sound of a cover sheet being spread across the canvas. You pull it back and spread it back over to straighten the wrinkles out in it, and you get some little bubbles in there, and you can hear that little pop sound as you're running your hands or your straightener over your canvas. So people like to hear those kind of things. Do any of you guys like that? Do those sounds bring you joy? I know they bring me joy. Of course, just doing the diamond painting itself and watching it come to life as you place those drills on the canvas, I just love it. And it's such a relaxing activity to me. I don't know, I love just putting the color down on the canvas. Now, I do draw a little bit. I'm not the greatest at all, but sometimes I'll get started and end up with something really, really pretty when I get done. I like drawing like outdoor scenes of animals and trees and flowers. Now, I used to draw people's profiles and I was really, really good at it. That was so many years ago, and I'm not sure if I could do it again if I wanted to. Um, there's a lot of shading that goes into that to make sure that you're getting the right angles on cheekbones and over eyes and around the nose and the mouth and the shape of your chin and those kind of things. But I remember doing that for someone once, and then after I did it, and the funny thing was, when I drew the image, I drew it in about the size of this little paper here. So I drew an entire person's profile about that large, about that big. And I was just sketching from memory even. They weren't sitting in front of me, but it was someone I knew very well. And I thought, when I got finished, I thought, well, I wonder what that would look like if I enlarged the image. So I just took it to a copy machine and I enlarged it little by little. And when I finished, I decided, okay, the detail was very good, and I decided to color it, and I gave it to them as a gift. And so they still have it, and I was so proud of myself for that. I think it was the best profile I had ever done, especially drawing it that small. I was amazed at the detail and how well it came out as I enlarged it into a color page. And I did give them the original as well. I didn't even keep it for myself, nor did I keep a copy of it, which is crazy. I should have put it in a portfolio or something of some of the things. However, I will tell you, back then, um, I've moved so many times since then, and so many of my things have gotten lost. And so all of my drawings are gone. I used to write poetry before I had my kids, and I had those. In folders and binders, and those were lost a long time ago. So I don't have any of the stuff that I used to do, which it saddens me some, but I guess, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I remember all of it, and I guess that's all that really matters. Some of the poetry was decent, some of it not so good, just stuff. A lot of it was about feelings and emotions and things back then. But I did have one poem published I was in high school then. And I had that book, but again, that disappeared somewhere. But anyway, well, I think that finishes the fours. I'm going to have to pour them back into this. I don't have any extra zip top bags over here with me right now. So I'll just pour them back in here. Do you guys have, what kind of things do you, sorry about that. We had a little accident. What kind of things do you guys enjoy doing? Woo! My camera wanted to fall over. I don't have my other camera holder back here. I'm going to have to do something with this one so that it's better balanced. Anyway. Do you guys all diamond paint? Do you just like watching diamond painting? Do you just like seeing the canvases? Do you color? Do you draw? Do you do any kind of crafts? What kinds of crafts do you enjoy? Even if I like to know what all kinds of crafts other people like to do. Like I crochet. I do color sometimes. I have grandkids, so we do like to color. Excuse me. Um, okay, we're going to try this one more time. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so I do enjoy coloring. Crochet. Oh yeah, I like to the cover minders, that you use to hold your cover sheets back on your diamond paintings. I make those. Um, I do enjoy making jewelry out of different types of beads. What else do I do? I dabble in wreath making, resin molds, and using the colors in the resin, decoupage. Um, I don't know. I used to do paint by number, but I can't do it anymore. My hands aren't steady enough, and I'm getting outside the lines, so it's too difficult with the paintbrushes anymore. Now, I don't mind using like watercolors and stuff like that. I can do that. But the oil paintings with the paint by number, I just can't. I can't do it anymore. Or acrylics. Let's see. I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about, guys. That's, I don't do a lot, so I guess that's just really all I know. Oh, Christmas is coming up. Yeah, Christmas. Oh, I know what I was talking about too. I used to write short stories, real short stories about just different things. Nothing in particular. I might just make up a story about a squirrel I saw outside on the porch. I remember the squirrel. They used to come to my mom's porch every morning. I was staying with her after she had her open heart surgery, and mom would. She had all kinds of bird feeders and stuff outside, and the but the squirrels would come out and get into the bird feeders too, But where there was this one squirrel, and I never figured out why he was doing this. They had a wooden porch, and he would come every morning and he would just lick on the steps and on the porch. It was lick, lick. I called him Licky. I, I never did figure out what he was licking off of the porch because there was no bird feeders up there. They were out in the yard. Um, and there was nothing, spilt on the porch. We always kept it cleaned off, and Mom didn't like to use any kind of cleaners or anything. So it was just water that we would pressure wash it, So I never did figure out why that squirrel was so obsessed with licking the porch and the porch steps. But anyway, there was nothing visible on it. So, but he sure would. He'd go to town and he'd lick on that porch for an hour or more every morning. So, and Mom did feed the squirrels as well. She would buy uh, nuts, and sometimes my kids would go out into the woods, and we had hickory nuts and walnuts and stuff out in the woods, and they would gather those and bring them to Mom, and she would put them out for the squirrels. I loved watching wildlife. In the early morning, we would have the turkeys down in the lower field, and I'd watch them down there. Of course, there were always deer. Every now and then, you'd see a fox. Always saw coyotes. Uh, just all kinds of animals. I love the rabbits and wild animals, the birds. I just enjoy being out in the country, the quiet and the peacefulness of the country was just always a joy for me. I had my own special place there at my mom and dad's that I went to. I called it my thinking rock out in the woods. And when I had something on my mind and I wanted to be by myself, and it was a place I went and talked to God, mainly because your thinking place, it's usually when I went, there was a problem somewhere. I was feeling like I was having a problem, so I would go sit on my rock and talk to the Lord and give him all my burdens. And you guys, that's once you unburden yourself of your worries, it's just, and you really know that, I believe that when I hand my worries over to him, that they're gone, that he's going to take care of me, and he always does. He always does. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop with this today since we're having camera trouble. But look at him. He's almost finished. Not very much left. Look at the shine. Look at how pretty he is. Thank you guys for coming and joining me. You guys go over and check out Connection of Lives and Interests, because that is who I am doing this collaboration with. We're just doing this diamond paint with us and enjoying it so very much. I so enjoy this. I enjoy spending time with you guys. Thank you for coming. I'm going to see if I can keep this camera. Okay. Hopefully we can keep it where he doesn't fall over. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming and spending your time with me. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Guys, spread your light. You know, look around, give someone a smile, a kind word. You never know how that might affect them and how it might change their day or their life. So, thank you again. God bless each and every one of you. And until next time, mwah, I'll see ya.